Good morning. Good afternoon. Well, it's 12:01 p.m. I just woke up like 10 minutes ago. I already explained this in my last video, so... Well, no, I explained this in the video that I recorded yesterday that I have not published yet. That video may actually get pushed back so that I can make way for this one. I warned you 2 days ago that, well, I might have to sit on the audio for this and wait for proper pictures to show up. Well, here it is. The proper pictures have shown up. I'm trying something a little different. Windows Movie Maker won't let me do picture-in-picture. In other words, I can't have a little picture of me sitting in the corner and then have something completely different sitting in the screen itself. Sitting here. I can't do picture-in-picture. Or have me sitting down here and then have the larger, or have the smaller picture sitting up here. I can't do it. So, this cast, blog, whatever you want to call it, it's actually an experiment. I've never done a recording of myself in front of camera. Well, that's absolutely not true. Yeah, I'm gonna play around with a webcam and see if I can make Windows Movie Maker crash even more than I usually do. I can't run the Vista version of Windows Movie Maker on Windows 7. It's really... Moving on. Okay, so, wake up, Ava. The newest versions, the new pictures, the updated high-res pictures from Shuriken Sentai Ninninger have appeared. I thought to myself, well, I'm not just going to let them roll by. I'm going to do it this way. So, let's see what happens. These pictures, once again, come courtesy of JE Fusion. They don't even know I'm looking at it. But they do now. Here we go. I'm looking at the weapons. What the fuck was that? Okay, and already there's... Okay, I'm looking off camera, or I'm looking off screen and clicking things so that I just see the pictures and not the descriptions. It's that old sailor's trick where you look out the corner of your eye, pick up motion or something like that. Okay, so first up is the sword, which is pretty much what we thought it was going to be. What's the sword called? I have no idea what the sword's called. I'd have to look up a different page. I'm too tired to think about it. So that sword is pretty much what we thought it was going to be. It looks like the buttons just above the sword that are oddly placed on the blade itself are involved in, you're going to press those, and then you're going to press the trigger on the thing. We also knew that the Shuriken Shinobis, which is the gimmick, for the series, the collecting gimmick for the series, we knew that that was going to be an integral part of this weapon, so it looks like this is true. But we're now getting a clear picture of the Shuriken Shinobi itself, specifically the one for Aka Ninja. If I just say Red Ranger, Red Ninja, whatever, technically that's correct. It's just in English. So I'm liking this. Looks like they got some big decals working here, which is unusual. We haven't seen decals for a while. It's unusual. I don't know why they gave up on decals, but obviously these are pre-applied decals. Doesn't look like the Shurikens spin or move like they do on the Shinken Maru from her. There it is, from Shurikenjin. Doesn't look like the Shurikens move in any way. I think they're static. But still, if the Shinobi Shurikens have an LED, and if they have electronics packed into them, having them spin probably wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. So this kind of works for me. Moving on to the next picture. Action figures. Don't really care. Oh, we're getting unique weapons for each of them again. Good. Is that a wristwatch I see there? What is that? Wouldn't that be interesting? A wristwatch changer. Or a wrist changer. That'd be cool again. Okay, don't care about action figures. Whoa, what is this? That's cool. Whatever that giant shuriken thing is, that is cool. I like that. Let's get some kanji on it. But oddly, it only has the colors. You know, I think it was, who was it? Maxzilla 96. Is it 86 or 96? I apologize, Max. I can never remember which. Who suggested to me that who suggested to me that the, what are they called? The Ninninger, even though there's 5 of them pictured, even though we know there's 5 of them, might be something along the lines of what we got with Goanger, where the team initially started with 3 already recruited, and then 2 more are added in. So there's the team of 3 guys, red, blue, yellow, and then the 2 females come in, either just after the series starts or as the series starts. The other possibility, which he suggested, was more of a Shurikenjin arrangement, where you've got the 3 males, and then a secondary team, unrelated, comes in, who have their own gimmicks and have their own thing. They come in, and then over time, the two teams of the teams of 3 and 2 merge together into one team of 5. So there's two ways which have been, you know, precedented, that we might see going on here, because I only see on this big red shuriken, whatever this thing is, kind of digging it. This is kind of neat. Looks like this thing, you plug your Shinobi Shuriken into the top of this, and then you plug this into the personal weapons, which is interesting. It's a sword, who'da thunk. It's a longbow, who'da thunk. And some sort of a claw thing. Which is fine, you know, I can't argue with that. I'm liking this. I have no idea what this thing does, but it looks like you press... Oh! Oh! No. Okay. You plug your Shuriken Shinobi into the top, and then it looks like those blue... Oh, I see it now. Yeah. The blue-colored points of the Shuriken, it looks like those fold out to form whatever weapon it is. Aha! So it looks like the females are being left out in favor of having a one point of the shuriken, whatever this thing is, will fold out, and lo and behold, there's your blade for the sword. And then you have 2, and then you hold the weapon and you fold it out from the top. The other side, you get a longbow, and then you fold out those things in another way. So it's a multi-purpose weapon like the. They weren't called the Lights of Orion. What were they called? They were called something daggers in Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. I can't think of what they're called. Magnet daggers? No. Galaxy? No. Galactic daggers? I can't think of what they're called. I'm an idiot. And don't even bother asking me what the Japanese versions are called. But there was one toy, which only had red on it, by the way, even though each of the Rangers had a personalized color. And it was basically a collapsible weapon. You could fold it out to form a crossbow. It could be a blaster of some kind. It could be a crossbow. It could be a longbow. It could be a 2-sided blade weapon. It could turn into a pair of daggers, or it could be just a single really short dagger like this. I think that's what this is. So that's what this is supposed to mirror. I approve. It's going to be one-sided, but I like this. I might get one of these. The Shinobi Shuriken buckle, I have no idea what that is. Don't really care. You can store 2 of them on there. And it looks like that's it. You just kind of store 2 shurikens, Shinobi Shurikens on the sides of the belt, and that's it. The belt buckle itself actually doesn't do anything. Well, because the belt buckle's actually in the back. Am I going to get one of these? Probably not. The only reason you get this is it comes with, was it White Ninja's Shinobi Shuriken. So, that might be useful. Just like this red-colored ninja, this white-colored Shuriken weapon above, comes with yellow ninja's Shinobi Shuriken. I'm liking what I'm seeing, folks. I'm liking it. I'm definitely getting that big red thing. That's cool. I know we... Ooh. Some sort of a specialty Shinobi Shuriken. What the fuck is that? Humanoid ninja, dragon, dump truck, dog, train, elephant, UFO. I think I know why they call it the Gamma Gamma Gun, because it's a frog. Let me double check in case I'm totally wrong. I think that's the Gamma Gamma Gun. It's a frog. That's great. Does it open up? Yes, it does. Oh, Shinobi Shurikens fit into the back just above the handle. That's cool. And then you open up and there's a big old... I don't know what that is. I think it's its tongue. It opens up and there's... I don't know if that's a missile that actually comes off. It probably comes off in the show. But those are their individual weapons. Oh! The Gamma Gamma Gun comes with a blue Shinobi Shuriken. Cool. I like that. I'm gonna get that just because it's so freaking ridiculous. It's not gonna do a whole heck of a lot, I suspect, but I'm gonna get that anyways. Okay, that's it for the roleplay toys. I think I'm sold. Okay. I'm going to close those pictures and move on to the Mecha. Cross-eyed and purpose. Oh, looks like we don't get the accessory Mecha this round. Really? Let me double check. Am I on? Yes, I am. Okay. Looks like we're not getting updated pictures for the Pound Maru and the UFO Maru. UFO Maru? However you say that. I don't know. It's a UFO. By the way, it was Beyblade and Bakugan were the ones I was thinking of in the last opinion video. So this is the Shuriken Gate Shurikenjin. Wow, that looks busy. The dog looks kind of adorable. I'm liking that. Oh my god, not only the head moves. The legs don't move because they're really close together, and the tail doesn't move. Literally, the only thing that moves on that poor dog is the head just kind of looks up, and that's it. And he's got a bone in his mouth. He's got a gold-colored bone. Cool. Oh! I was right! The Shuriken Shinobis that fit onto the heads, it turns out that is a separate frame from the kind of device. Okay, so the Shinobi Shurikens themselves are not going to have electronics in them, which adds to the possibility that they're actually going to be able to spin on the various toys. Okay. But it looks like the Shurikenjin is solely going to have the electronics on it. Okay. Okay. Alright. And then you're going to take the plastic clips. Now I got to go back and look at those roleplay toys to double check. I'm looking at the one with the Gamma Gamma Gun because it has the blue Shuriken. Is it the same? Maybe they're included. Because the blue Shinobi Shuriken with the Gamma Gamma Gun doesn't have that little yellow point on one of the tips of the thing, but this one does. So maybe instead we're looking at two extra Shinobi Shuriken outer frames. They're going to be included with the Shurikenjin, and those you can pop on and take off. And then with extra with additional, I'm getting distracted by the awesomeness in front of me. With additional mecha combinations and stuff that come later on, we're going to get additional frames of the Shinobi Shurikens that have, a little head or something on them. But we'll always keep that single central LCD, LED, whatever. LCD. Yeah, it might be LCD. I don't know. Okay. That's an interesting way to go. Was not expecting that. The question becomes, though, will the... are those going to be separate? Let me look at another picture. I'm not certain. You know, no, that would be an awful lot of repetition. Oh, I just did that backwards. Hey, Ava, don't be an idiot. Too late. I can't tell if the inner frame, or if the outer frame and the inner dial section, I can't tell if those come apart on the regular Shuriken Shinobis. Or are they Shinobi Shurikens? By the way, I'm looking through here, and I don't see a henshin device. So it looks like the initial reports, now quoted as rumors, that we were going to have a scroll of some kind for their henshin device, which would have been awesome, by the way. They probably got scared off by the paper tearing or something like that. It's not going to be happening. I was looking forward to a scroll. That would have been neat. So for Kyoryuger, we had the gun thing. For Ninninger, we're going to be having the sword thing for the henshin device. Which, okay, that's one less toy you have to buy, I guess. Maybe that's why they're doing it. I probably just nailed it right there. We still don't see yellow, or I'm sorry, we still don't see white or pink mentioned anywhere in here. The only place they're mentioned is in the, let's see which one, the belt, and then the larger shuriken thing, the multi-purpose weapon. That's the only place I'm seeing that happening. They're also mentioned in the action figures, and that's it. I wonder why they're being so biased against the females. Who said sexism was dead? Not me. Okay, back to the Shurikenjin. Now I'm looking at these, and now I'm looking at this in detail. So the Shinobu Maru, turns out that is indeed just kind of in a seated throne position. Which is interesting. That's not what I was expecting. But then again, this does have articulated knees, hips, shoulders. Looks like the elbows are fused into 45-degree angle. Looks like those are fused. Oh my god. The dragon is the same. The Drago Maru is the same thing. It's in an art... Wow. Except his knees are locked in a 45-degree angle, looks like. But he can always stand up. Wow. Oh, what the crap? I just noticed the dump truck has Ninja Yellow's face on the lower left side. Are these going to be... Are the mecha going to be just like on the just like the Maji Majin from Maji Ranger, where the Rangers become the mecha? Is that possible? Not that mecha haven't been adorned with the Ranger's helmet in some fashion in the past, but oh my gosh. That would be amazing if it did that. Oh my gosh. Wow, there's so much awesome here. I can't stand it. My mind is just... As for transformation, looks like yellow's going to be the most complicated of the transformations. Yep, there's a shoulder. Wait, what? Can't quite figure out where the yellow arm comes from. The blue one, the legs just kind of fold up, the wings and the tails come off, and that's it. Oh, I see it. Yeah, there's the wheel of the bed of the dump truck, or there's the wheels for the dump truck. I was right. So it forms both the arm and the torso. GG Ava. Good call. I'm loving that sword. That's great. It's not like the perfect clean blades, shorter blades that the ninjas carry around with, the Ninninger carry around with them, but it's kind of like the Muteki Shogun's blade, the Shogun Megazord. That's okay. Where it's this huge curve thing, probably has some sort of flame effect attached to it, but it forms the dragon's tail, and it looks well integrated into the tail. You know, I wonder if the dragon's wings actually form a shield. That would be cool. If they actually separate. It doesn't show here if the dragon's wings separate or not. I don't think the mecha are the Rangers themselves, because I'm looking at the train, and it looks like it has a cockpit in the middle of that blue-colored, the black-colored Shuriken for the cockpit. So okay, so it looks like they're piloted, which is fine. You know, I wonder if the individual. Well, probably not for the dog. That's such a bizarre... Now, I see a separation line. Looking at the Shurikenjin, I see a separation line across the top of the dog. Is that going to be part of the transformation, or is that just a separation line for plastic, just from manufacturing, from assembly? I'm guessing it's the latter, so it might not transform that much. I think the only thing that moves on it literally is the head. One other female mecha had to get the shaft in this one. It has hips and knees. It has hips and knees that are functional! It has hips and knees that are functional! Oh my god! Oh my... Oh! Hercules, 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 Hercules! I hate that movie. Oh! Oh! I'm just gonna monkey this one. Ooh, getting dizzy. Oh my god, they might not go to... I don't think the knees go to 90 degrees. I doubt that's going to happen. But they do very much go to 45. That's enough. That's enough, because we can get it. Because clearly we can see here with this alternate dragon form, by the way, it changes into a goddamn giant dragon when it already has a dragon. Oh my god. And this dragon form, very oddly, has an extra set of limbs on it, because the dragon's feet just hang out. Wow. I don't believe it. And these are intentional. Oh. I just noticed, along the left leg, the dog leg, along the outside, below the knee, on the outer side, there's two points for connection. So it looks like something's gonna. So for future combinations, something's gonna snap to the side of the leg. That's good to know. And it turns out I'm actually verifying here. I missed it when I did my initial recording, which is possible. But the Shinobu Maru, the red-colored ninja character, he definitely forms the left arm of the dragon. He definitely does that now. And the reason he does that is because the dragon's body and head forms the left arm, but in order to form the dragon mode, you have to take that off and stick it in. We haven't had that before. We've never had that before. In Bokenger, I should have pulled out the DX Daiboken. For Shinkenger, there it is. Oh, that's screwed. Too many jers in this series. They need to put a man or an O or a 5 back in the title. Yeah, they need to do this again. Not that I'm complaining. The Daiboken, in order to put an accessory mecha on, you'd have to take the arm off, but the arm would just kind of quietly slip into the back of the opposing leg, and that would be it, and it would just sit there. In this case, we're swapping the functions so that all 5 remain functional at all times. I'm pretty certain that the train and the dog and the dump truck itself are not going to be able to put something into the chest. I don't see that happen. Okay, I don't see that happening. I thought, oh my gosh, so would the dog just sit in there and the head form the crotch, maybe? But no, it's not. It's too small. I don't think that's going to happen. Wow, this is amazing. This is great. This is great. I'm loving this. Damn that catchphrase. I'm sold. It's still wacky looking, but I'm sold. This is great. It's got an alt mode built in there, and it's based around the swapping, but not in a bad way. Yes, it's limb swapping, but also no, it's not limb swapping. It's kind of confusing how that works, but I'm sold. I'm game. Okay. Moving on to the other mecha picture, and it's just a not so close up of the individual mecha. Actually, it's exactly the same size, so I'm going to get rid of that picture. Is there anything else? Nope. The DX Shuriken Gatai Shurikenjin consists of 5 individual mechas that can combine to one giant mecha. Shinobu, Dragomaru, Wanmaru, Dumpmaru, and Bunmaru, which is the train. The 5 core mechas can also combine to form the alternate form of the Shurikenjin, the Shurikenjin Drago. You can't just call it a dragon. This mecha also copies the O-Ranger Robo's helmet change gimmick with the Shinobi Shuriken helmet change that gives us the Shuriken different abilities and attributes. Except this one takes it to in this case was it the Shurikenjin Drago? I just clicked away. Shurikenjin Drago has a lot more going than just a head swap. Wow. This is great. It's starting out really strong. This mecha line is starting out really strong, like Shurikenjin's did, like the origami did. It's starting out really strong that way. If they can keep this, and this has been the hard part for a very long time. It doesn't matter whether the first wave of mecha or not, and the first accessory mecha work out well or not. The problem has always been later down the line. The line has been unforgiving in terms of consistency for mecha designs. You get really blocky designs that don't transform, or they have bigger gimmicks built into them. If they can, the problem with the origami line is they abandoned both the appearance of origami, folding paper, and they also abandoned the third mode. And it looks like in favor of having a spinning disc thing on there, which all of those, even though the disc was located inside the origami, it did absolutely nothing useful that you couldn't do just by rolling the thing on the ground. That was the problem. That was one of 2 problems that they had, and they were also part swapping, which none of the other origami had. So there were a lot of problems there that I didn't like. They should have kept them as triple changes. They should not have tried to integrate the heat end discs. That was the big issue that I had. For the first accessory mecha, the Pound-Maru and UFO-Maru, which are not pictured in this one, it looks like those are going to be, let's see, am I still recording? Yes, I am. Cool. It looks like for those, they're going to stay consistent. They're changing it in that each of them has the Shuriken already built in. The Shuriken Shinobi frame is already built into the mecha somewhere. That's fine, because that's storage. It's not integral to the transformation process. It's not like you require the Shuriken Shinobi frame to be in there. It's just there for storage only. Yeah, it takes up a little bit of space, but it doesn't seem, and I'm not looking at it, it doesn't seem to take the place of a function of the animal mode, of the robot mode, at least not at this point. We can't tell. So I'm liking with it. I have more hope now than I've had in years. None of this says ninja. Like I know what ninjas are about and how they operate and blah, 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 like anybody does in the Western world. This is not saying ninja to me, but I'm kind of at the point where I don't give a shit. I'm at that point. The legs transform kind of awkward. You know, there have been simple transforming mecha, sub-mecha, in the first level combos, the Megazords. There have been, from the very start. The Triceratops Dinozord was very, very simple. The Pterodactyl Dinozord was a very simple transformation. Technically, the Tyrannosaurus was a very simple transformation. You just kind of move the limbs around, including the tail, and the head disappears into the chest. But the way things are connected and the way things moved around made it interesting. I don't know them by their Japanese names, but the Thunder Megazord from Season 2, MMPR Season 2, that also had very simple transformations. The Firebird Dinosaur literally just wraps its wings around something. It's not even a transformation, unless you count the head moving back, and even then, it didn't count. Oh, I see it! I see it. I just caught it. I just caught it. That's where the arm's going to go. Okay, alright, that's where the right arm for the mecha comes from. Garage door just kicked open. What are you gonna do, Dad? What are you gonna do? Oh, just opening for the sake of opening them. I just figured out the right arm, the arm that actually has yellow and red, that has yellow on it, underneath the forearm is a big wheel. Which, I can't say it explains why there's only a wheel on the back left side. That doesn't matter, but it means that it's going to have a... How are they going to balance that out? It's going to be lopsided along the back of the mecha. So you're going to have half the undercarriage of the truck is going to be on the left side, and the right side is going to be empty. Unless that's where the sword goes, unless that's where the wings go. Now there is a... No, that's actually under the crotch. So that's not it. Okay. So that's where they're going to be okay, and then both arms are going to fit together. The hand, the right arm flips around, which I kind of suspected it would do that. I didn't want to say it in the initial broadcast though. It was too fuzzy. Wow. So that's how they're going to deal with the extra right arm. Okay. It's still going to be a limb swap thing. You're still going to have to physically take off the arms. But it's not going to be as bad as I thought it was. This is great. This is great. Oops. This Twilight's great. I love this. This is great. This is what I need. I'm excited. I'm excited. My palms are getting moist. Yes. Yes. Super Sentai's back. Fuck yes, Super Sentai's back! Ah! This is what they needed. This is what they needed, right here. Now, granted, Shinobu Maru doesn't change much, but it has articulated legs. Well, no, it doesn't. I just saw that as soon as I said it, of course. No, it does not have. It doesn't have individually articulated legs. The knees are fused together, and the lower legs are fused together. So basically, it's okay. So the hips and the knees are one. The lower legs and the upper legs are one piece. Okay, all right. Having individual legs would have been pressing it, I think. Plus, the reason they did that, I see it now, is the reason they're a single piece, and I wasn't thinking at the time, is because you need to have room for the fist in there. So, essentially, it's going to be like what was they called? The 8 Ninja Zord. That's where the legs were fused together because it formed part of it formed the right shoulder. Right shoulder? Yeah, formed the right shoulder. Okay, but still, it has knees that bend. It's for the convenience of the transformation, but I can live with that. And it looks like the shoulders have to move in order to get them out of the way for the transformation. So basically, you can have kibble arms hanging up above the shoulder, which I'm not sure if I entirely agree with that, but I can live with it. This is great. I love this. This is... Yes! Fucking yes! And this might be the first year where I collect every single thing, with the exception of the belt buckle. This might be the first year where I collect everything of the roleplay toys. I don't collect the roleplay toys normally. But the sword looks good. And the... Alright, I'm gonna look it up. What's that thing called? It doesn't say. Yes, it does. Ichiban Bangatan Ichi. It's in English, but it's not English. Okay, the big red shuriken thing. I love that. That's great. I love the sword. Am I disappointed that they didn't have a dedicated henshin device? A little, yeah, but I can live without it. Let's see, how are these prices going? They don't have... Well, they do have the prices on here. Let's see, the sword has the price cut off. The big red shuriken thing is 4,500 yen. The belt is 2,800 yen. It looks like it's an additional, some sort of specialized shuriken. That's going to be... It's either 1,800 or 1,200. I think it's 1,800. And the Gamma gun is the most expensive at 3,360 or 80 yen. The Shurikenjin takes 2 LR44s, which means watch size batteries. What's your price? Where is it? Where is your price? Usually it's right there. Did I miss it? It's usually the first number. The number's not shown for the price of the Shurikenjin. Doesn't matter. I'm getting it. I'm getting this. I'm back. I'm fucking back. I just need to do some practice rounds first. Well, I've got a month and a half. I think, beginning of February this show starts? I don't know when. Let me look. It doesn't say, and I'm not going to look it up right now. Waste your time. This is it. This is not just what's needed to get me back into the game, but this is classic Super Sentai. They're doing it right. I don't know why it is they couldn't have done this, but this is it. The only thing I see happening here, I'm not worried about the dog being real tiny. That does not bother me. It's going to get lost easily, but I don't see... Yeah. I think the only thing that might be a problem is these might be a little on the short side, just so they can pack so much gimmick in. That'd be my guess. Like the Shinobu Maru, I goofed that up, is probably going to be no bigger than a Ranger key. I don't think it's going to be much... Well, no, that would make the left arm incredibly tiny. Does it say how big it is? No, it does not. Okay. Well, it does have numbers here, but I don't know what they are because I don't read Japanese. Yeah, I can kind of guess. There are dimensions. There's 3 numbers here. For the Shurikenjin, it just says 250 times 350 times 105. Maybe that's the size of the box. Maybe that's the size of the toy itself. I can't tell, but it doesn't give a height. I'm looking for English wherever possible, mind you. Ordinarily, they're kind of both. Ordinarily, in these catalog scans, it's about 288 millimeters tall. You know, it doesn't say that here, so it's kind of hard to tell. How tall is 288 millimeters? Why are you asking me? I'm American. I don't use metric. America is the only nation in the world, and her extended territories, that still uses standard measurement system. Still. And it's not even standard at this point. We're the only nation in the world that doesn't use metrics. Why?